what happened? But what? Ooh, look how bright that is, guys. But what? Everything just died. Everything died. Everything died, guys. Hold on one second. Let me get Nick back up here real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, guys. I'm sorry about that. Very, very sorry about that, everybody. Wow. I was like in the middle of my spiel and all of a sudden things like a pow and everything just went out. And I was like, what the heck just happened? I don't know. Everything's all messed up now, guys. So bad. Look at this light. It looks like I'm yeah. East Asian hip hop. Yeah, it's it is. I can actually give you guys the links later. I have to, obviously I have to use copyright free or whatever it's called. Sorry, guys. Now my lighting's all messed up. I usually try to do this like before the stream. It's all messed up, guys. It's all messed up. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear Nick? Nick, can you say something?
All right. Should I read the bottle?
No, don't read the bottle. No, guys. That's not my fault, but it's the crypto gods getting mad at me for telling all the secrets. That's what it is.
God.
Yeah. No, it's not God. It's the crypto gods, man. Because the crypto gods were like, don't tell all the secrets so everybody's profitable. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It was literally some kind of storm, some big crack happened, probably some kind of lightning or whatever it was, and it just threw off everything. And I was like, oh no. I was on a roll too, guys. I was on a roll. Did I see the light? No. I don't want to. Like, honestly, I'm going to ramble real quick. If it happens like that, which I'd be blessed, and I'm not scared, whatever, but like, I just let it happen. I don't want it to be one of those long drawn out, like, fearful events. Like a shark eating you would be horrible. A shark eating you, I always feel like that's like the worst. Like an animal eating you would be the worst way to go. Because it's happening. You don't die like immediately, right? Like they're like eating your feet and stuff like that. Like, no. But anyway, guys. Sorry, we are back. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you guys will stick with us to the end. I'm telling you guys don't want to miss it. I'll try to keep going. I'll try to keep going on. But we were talking about the upgrades for Atom. Oops. Look, I'm all over the place now. We were talking about the upgrades for Atom. We're really, really close, guys. Again, we just got through the Vega upgrade. Excuse me. Theta upgrade is in the process right now. Validators are changing everything over. This one's not too, like, it has a lot to do, again, for our DeFi side of things, which is great. But the ones that we really want to eyeball is this next upgrade, version 8. because it has a whole bunch of the things or mechanisms that are going to set up the really, really big swings that we're going to be taking with interchain security and everything else coming forward. So we're making our way, guys. And the point of it all was when we look at Atom, a lot of people, are getting really, really impatient with it. But like if you zoom out, can you be patient for up and to the right? Because that's all we're doing is up and to the right, guys. That's all we're doing is up and to the right. Again, I'm going to move on from this because I was just ranting about it. I know for all you new people, it might just seem like I'm skipping on over it, but I swear we were just talking about it before the power went out. We're just coming back, guys. So we're going to try to move on. Nick, stop me if they say anything that I need to stop and address. Next thing we're going to talk about, though, is Gravity Bridge. I swear this is out of order now. I feel like everything's out of order. We're going to talk about Gravity Bridge and their Mercury upgrade, guys. If you guys, regardless if you're bullish or bearish on Gravity Bridge, I was super bullish. Matter of fact, let's talk about Gravity Bridge and their price action just recently, guys. Let's go here. Just recently. I mean, man, I missed out on so much money, Nick. Both of us did. I even told everybody in Discord and everybody, like, you should buy Gravity Bridge. It's actually still up 55. It's up still right now, guys. It's still just doing its thing. Look at that. Look at that. Now, there's a number of things that are happening. The upgrades, Gravity Bridge is really putting stuff out there. Guys, and I'm telling you right now, it's so easy to look at charts. If you guys are wondering, if you guys like just can't help yourself with FOMO, like even with this, which is really sketchy charting to kind of go by, but even with something like this, it's just go by past resistance and support. That's all you can go by right here. Obviously, resistance, big sell-off, support, resistance, support, resistance. Just go back. Where's price action right now? Previous resistance. Right now it's going through. Look at that red candle. It's going through resistance as well. Maybe it punches through like before, but if it comes back down, that's where you guys want to be taking those swings, right? You guys don't want to don't just FOMO. Don't just I'm missing out and go. Yeah. You could miss out on some, but then again, you could get wrecked, right? There's a couple of things that are happening right now for Gravity Bridge. If you guys have been wondering why we're seeing such big price increases, this is over 100% in like a couple of days. I think it was like 200% in a couple, like 2 or 3 days or something like that, guys. That's big money. If I had $10,000, and I just didn't do. My eyes were elsewhere. Disappointed in myself. But we have a very good incentive right now for the pool for Gravity. So that's one of the things right now. I believe it's like, it was really, really high, and I don't have it. Forgive me. I don't have it up right now, guys, but the pool, you know what? Do I have it up here? I don't think this actually shows everything. Gravity Bridge, guys, if you guys want to see, if you guys weren't in for yesterday's, this is the spreadsheet you guys need to pay attention to if you guys are farming liquidity. Every single time they update it, go on Osmosis, grab it from the proposal. It is what you guys should be looking at 100%. Where's Gravity Bridge? Gravity Bridge. Look at this. 400 and can you guys see this right here? This is why we're seeing such a great, like, and I'm not telling you guys to do anything one way or the other. You guys, but 440%, guys, when you guys are trying to make moves, those are the things you guys need to, really take into account. 440% right now. That's massive. That is massive. That's why we're seeing such a really big move right now for the Gravity token. And then also on top of that, like I said, they actually have some updates happening and stuff like that, which is really, really, really good for the team over there at Gravity Bridge. I think now I made my statement before on because they are going to be using a bridge here in Osmosis or here on Osmosis. And I was really, when I watched the whole thing where all these other protocols and bridges were like, pitching their thing to Sunny, I would love to see Gravity Bridge be used. One, it's already been made in, ecosystem. It's built for it. I do have my concerns and stuff like that, but like, that's where I was coming and saying that bit of you should buy Gravity back then. And if you guys did, like I did take profits, but obviously not enough. If you guys did, you guys would have been like, probably sending me a postcard, me and Nick a postcard telling us that we're great individuals. But it's still, there's still profits to be made. There's still, and we have not even seen the whole upside potential. Could you imagine if another well purchase happens like this, $1.49? Could you imagine? Even if you come up to here, 86 cents. But yeah, I mean, there's still opportunities to be had with Gravity Bridge. This, I mean, on the hourly chart, guys, this still look, it's fighting through that resistance right now. It's fighting through that resistance right now. Don't FOMO. Don't FOMO. You guys don't buy green candles. I mean, if you do, just buy a little bit, get your feet wet. But, you know, not financial advice. You do you, boo. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. But that's what's happening with Gravity Bridge. We're going to move on over to a next thing that kind of, you know, goes into Gravity Bridge as well. If you guys don't know, Gravity Bridge, being connected through Hua and all this other stuff, but in talking kind of like segueing into that, another thing that actually added Hua or had something developed with Hua is now you can use Secret to you know, wrap up your Hua and hide it. So that's cool. You know, I'm not all too excited about that, but it's something, and I kind of want to just throw that out there for you guys. If you guys, for whatever reason, want to, and I know there's some of you major Hua wells, but yeah, Nick Hua well, you know, maybe you guys don't want people knowing what your wallet looks like and all that stuff. You can wrap it up, protect it. Yeah, I know it doesn't feel the same, but you can wrap it up. Sorry, that was a bad, dirty joke. We're gonna go on into the next thing I want to talk about, guys. The next thing I want to talk about is, you know, I love crypto. Twitter is full of negativity and then positive things as well. You guys got to like cherry pick the people that put out not just, you know, clickbaity stuff. But the point of it all is, if you guys don't know, she has a huge following, Cosmos Queen. I like to follow her. She's really engaged. But she, along with my concerns, posted something about Block. Now, I'm not trying to FUD Marble DAO and Block, the Block token. But you guys already know, I've already talked about this before. And I just think it's kind of funny that, you know, I'm not saying I said it first, but I was one of the first people to take a stance and say, hey, this looks sketchy. And, you know, it is what it is. But now a lot of other people are kind of just falling in line after, you know, me voicing my concerns. Guys, a lot of things right now for Marble DAO are just sketch city, guys. It was supposed to be a drop, an airdrop for their Block token, and now they're changing it up. Now they're changing it up. There's a lot of things that I just I don't really feel all too comfortable like before. And I even gave it the benefit of the doubt. And I'm still gonna give the benefit of the doubt, guys. I've invited the Block or the Marble community. Come talk to us, reach out to us. You guys know where we're at. We're here. I don't gotta keep reaching out. I've already put it out there. If it ain't right, come make it right. I'm open-minded. I'll sit here and listen to you guys and try to, you know, let everybody else come to their own conclusions as well by using my platform. That's fine. But you know, I took profits, kept a little bit, staked it in there, even when they changed their old DAO to a new DAO because, you know, that was sketchy and all that stuff. I even gave that the benefit of doubt. And staked my half of my airdrop or marble just to be participating in it because I thought it was interesting. The Trinity, right? NFTs, DAOs, you know, and crypto, trying to all bring them together and stuff like that. And I'm still interested. But man, I'll be honest, this isn't a good look. And I would love to have the Marble team come and talk to us about it. Again, it's just my opinion. And if you think my opinion is wrong, please come change it. And everybody else, please come change it. I get it. We can make excuses, but like there's been so many changes. I just doesn't feel right. I've full transparency started on, actually, do I have it right here? I can share it with you guys if I have it up. I don't even know if I have it up. Nope, I don't have it up. Do I have it up? I don't have it up. I started unbonding the little bit of, no, I do. It's right here. Is this it? Nope. Everything disconnected. So I can't even show it to you guys. Everything disconnected. Anyway, I had like 0.4. They didn't even have a whole marble. I had like half a marble. But I started unbonding it just because I'm going to take profits. This is sketch city to me. I don't care. Maybe I miss out, but just like, you know, whatever. Yeah, you guys let me know. You guys let me know if I was wrong or if, you know, I'm crazy or whatever. Again, if you guys know anybody from the Marble team, come talk to us. I want to talk to you. I still think you guys are interesting. I'm not trying to fudge you guys. I just want, I don't do things when I don't feel right. So, and I don't feel right about this. And some other people are kind of sharing the same sentiment. So anyway, I just kind of want to put that out there for you guys. That is Cosmos Queens. And by the way, she's a great I don't know her personally, but she's a great person on Twitter and stuff like that. She shares a lot of, personal views and opinions about things, but she's engaged, just like Crypto Danny. Actually, let me do this while I'm out here, guys. Just like Crypto Danny right here. If you guys don't follow him. And look, there's Nick the kid. That's our own one and only. That's Nick right there. Follow him as well, guys. You guys got to follow each other. That's how we get the information that we're sharing. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about, and this I think actually, you sold yours today, Chad? Yeah, I'm not looking though. I think you're right. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about, and I think somebody asked earlier, is about Quicksilver protocol. Now, I said earlier that I would love to actually get them onto the stream, and I still would. I think DeFi Times already had them on the stream, so I kind of just don't like to beat a dead horse. Like, I don't want to keep trying to drain the well or whatnot. Maybe I should. Maybe it's still. I think it's a really good project and protocol. Guys, they're gonna have massive amounts of airdrops, and I'm not the kind of person that tries to hide information or water in the desert from people. So I'll share the information of where that water is. Go to DeFi Times and check out their interview that they had with the Quicksilver team, and them talking about it's kind of long, but they talk about like the endless amount of airdrops that you guys are gonna get. From Quicksilver, guys. This is something I don't want you guys to sleep on. One, because obviously airdrops, but two, I kind of like the whole thing and what they're trying to do. So I just kind of want to put that out there for you guys. Again, Quicksilver protocol, check them out. You guys may be getting quite a bit of drops handed out to you guys. Quite a bit of drops handed out to you guys. What's up, Ryan? Demo. My name's not Demo. It's Crypto Tank over here, man. I'm just what's going on, buddy? But yeah, guys, I just kind of want to put that out there for you guys. And then, Akash, don't just glance at like the stuff. Check out these right here. I'll share it with you guys. This is the airdrop information. And the basics, it just kind of really quickly goes over the quick token, guys. Don't sleep on it. Make sure that you're ready to get this, because this could be something that really does play. And I try to abstain from giving my personal thoughts, because I don't want to come out to be one of those YouTubers or influencers. I hate using the word influencer because I'm not trying to influence you guys in any which way, but I will give you guys my personal opinion about this. I'm actually really bullish on Quicksilver. They came out of nowhere. They've been around for a little while, but they relatively came out of nowhere. And I really don't want you guys to miss it. Again, do your own research, come to your own conclusions, but I want you guys to know that I'm highly stressing it to you guys. So yeah, not financial advice, just trying to turn your head a little bit and tell you to look over there. But yeah, that's that article right there, guys. Check it out. No problem, Matt. We're going to be moving on. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, especially with, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully it didn't take my saves away. Guys, this next one, I will say, this is one that I'm kind of sketched about. This one, I just want to, red flags, warnings. I'm not fudding it. Again, this channel is not about fudding or giving you guys, our ultimate bottom line suggestion, like, no, don't do this or that. We're just going to give you guys our honest opinions and share it with you guys, things that I think you guys should also be looking out for and digesting and making your own calls about. But after taking a look at CircleFi, which they just announced that they're going to be, dropping things to the people in the Cosmos, in OSMOSIS, and Juno. After looking into it, guys, there's some red flags. First, there's and I'm not the best, so it's kind of like calling the, being hypocritical. But if you guys really pay attention, and I know I'm not trying to be like a grammar Nazi and stuff like that, but there's a I can't say it, Nick. Say it for me. There's grammar errors.
Yes.
Grammar errors. I can't think or say it right now. But there's
grammatical
errors. Thank you. There you go. I have a tongue tie that I can't say certain things, but yeah. At least that's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. But yeah, if you guys look into it, like it's the drop, like you can see here, even the first comment, 1% of the total supply airdrop. No thanks. Like if you look into everything, guys, there's a lot of things that are like really, really suspect. And I've been telling you guys, as this space evolves and as we expand, there's going to be a lot of suspect players that try to come out here and take advantage of you guys. I don't want you guys to be taken advantage of. You guys are part of the fam. You guys are part of the IBC gang. You guys are fellow cosmonauts through and through, right? And I don't want us in this ecosystem, as much as I possibly can, to be taken advantage of. So that's what I'm trying to do, by showing you guys this. I'm not saying that they can't change. People can change. Hey, maybe this actually turns out to be something. But I do want you guys to be aware that there's a lot of holes in this bag. There's a lot of holes in this bag, and it's leaking. It's leaking. As again, Cosmos Queen, she points out, if you're a protocol, you're asking for people to hold or invest their time, effort, and or money, like at least you can do is make sure that your words are spelled correctly, and take the time to proofread. If you can't even take the time to do that, I highly doubt that you took the time to make sure that your tokenomics and your platform's like totally in line. So that's like strike number one for me, right? And then you go down into these comments, and you guys start actually reading into it and stuff like that. You start seeing that the tokenomics are not that good. Like they said earlier, 1% of the total supply. And then you start realizing that there's bots. Like there's same things being said in these tweets. Like it's the same tweet over and over and over, or the same reply, I should say. But yeah, and it's just, there's a lot of red flags, guys. And then you can see like the team holds a crap ton of it. Like that's not how airdrops are supposed to be, like, whatever. But anyway, I just kind of want to put that out there for you guys. I'm not going to waste too much time about it because again, I'm kind of sketch city about it. So we'll see how it goes. I just want you guys to be on full alert. You guys do what you guys got to do though. You guys want to touch it and get cooties. You guys go touch it and get cooties. It might be good cooties. You might be okay with it. You might want to live with that cootie. It might be, worth it to live with cooties in your eyes. I'm waiting for better cooties to touch because I don't want every cootie. I just want certain cooties. Next thing we're going to jump into, guys. Did I share this? I don't know if I shared this. Yeah, let me share this again just to be sure. Let me share this just to be sure, guys. There you go. I say all that too, Chad, but like I'm not the best speaker. I'm definitely not professional. Like I'm just, just a dude out there like you guys, trying to protect my money and trying to be a friend to my brothers and sisters out there in this space, guys. I'm a firm believer in that, guys. I really am. Like, I can promise you, I'll keep it 100 all the time. Full transparency as much as I possibly can without giving you guys like, damaging information about me and my family or something that some of you guys psychopaths out there. Some of you guys might come throw like doo-doo on my porch or something like that. I don't know. I don't want that to happen. So but I'm trying my best and I'll remain committed to that, guys. I say what I say, I do what I do, and I mean what I say when I say it, and I do what I say however the saying goes. I do all of that stuff. But anyway, guys, we're going to move on from all of that. Enough of my jibber jabbering. Next thing I want to talk to you guys is the tweet that I put out yesterday. And I was being serious. I wanted to make a move, and I still want to make a move. I made one earlier, and I'll let you guys know right now. I put this out there. I'm bullish on the whole ecosystem. I think that we are going to see, a little bit of a bump here soon. So I wanted to know, where should I spend $2,500? And a lot of you guys, I put out there Rowan, Juno. You guys know I just bought some Rowan, Juno, Secret, CMDX, Dark. Guys, we're going to be talking about the team from Constellation Dark here soon. I just met with them the other day and had a great conversation with their team members over there. And then also, I should also say that we're going to be soon talking to Cana Labs as well, guys. So again, you guys know I'm really, really interested in them. But we'll be talking to and having them on the show here shortly, letting them tell everybody what their protocol is all about. But anyway, and then Akash, Gravity, or wait for Raw. A lot of you guys obviously told me to wait for Raw. I'm impatient though, so I did buy me some Akash. I did. I know you guys weren't like, it's not the one like everybody was telling me to, but honestly, like I always tell you guys, I don't buy green. So I can't buy Gravity. I already have me some Gravity, but I'm not going to buy the green. I'm not going to chase it. And I'm super bullish. I want to support Akash. Like I'm super bullish on Akash, guys. If you guys don't know, Akash right now is actually, I don't know if I had everything. Yeah, I had it. I was so professional. I had it in order. Akash actually is doing some major things right now, guys. They have a whole bunch of challenges actually happening on their network. A lot of mechanisms and development is actually happening for Akash. Now it's been a little bit ahead of their time. Admittingly, I totally admit that, guys. If you take a look at Akash right here, you can see that the chart don't look good. The chart don't look good. But when does technology, like charts never do look good, in my opinion, when the technology is ahead of the curve. It's just, you have to, I've used this analogy before, right? Like when new technology that will change the world or has the potential to change the world comes out, sometimes you have to wait for those things that are going to be developed around it, to orbit around that technology to be developed before you actually start seeing that chart turn around. Hopefully that made some sense, because I'm kind of stumbling over my words right now. But again, if I'm looking at this chart as an investor hat on, right, I'm buying the bottom. I'm buying pretty much the absolute bottoms. Again, when we're looking at the difference between Atom, actually I can do this, right? I forget that I have the ability to do this. There, Atom's on the top chart. I go down to the bottom one. This is Akash. Like, okay, take a look at this chart and then take a look at this chart. It's two totally different. This just looks like divergence, right? Like if this was Market Cipher A and Market Cipher B, this would be divergence. But like two opposite sides. So again, everybody is happy when they bought this down here for Atom. As an investor, I want to buy that move down here for when it does catch up, when the technology, when the development does catch up with this protocol, I will be able to ride it out and have those benefits to the upside like everybody did here, right? So again, when I'm looking at, I'm not telling you guys to do this, by the way. This is just like, my thesis. This is the way I look at things. I'm happy to buy, technology protocols that have high potential to literally, change the world, to take the power out of centralized hands and give it back to the people per se. Like I'm bullish on that. I'm super bullish on that. Aren't we all? Like that's the whole point about crypto, right? Like, aren't we all? Shouldn't we all be super bullish for Akash? There's some fundamental things and technology wise that they have to take care of and stuff like that, but they're doing that right now. And that's the point of it all. We want to buy the bottoms so we can ride out the tops, right? If we take a look at Akash right now, and what I was going to share with you guys, is it this? It's this right here. They actually have things happening right now. Guys, people are engaging in these challenges, kind of like Hack Atom, right? Like they're developing, they're out there putting in the work. Look at this, guys. This is just 2 days ago. Ethereum on Akash, Bitcoin on Akash, Cardano on Akash, Kronos on Akash. They could run validators. All of these validators, I said this earlier, you guys got to remember these validators, a lot of them run, not all of them, but a lot of them run on AWS, on centralized cloud-based services. That defeats the whole purpose, right? It defeats the whole purpose. Like, we should be cheering this on. Chia, mining on Akash, Masternode, Open Deploy, like Arbitrum, Kronos. These are big. If they can actually get that going, I'm going to, little bit of alpha. I'm spending a lot of my own money. I want to start running a validator as well and support these networks the right way and run it on Akash. It might be a little bit more expensive to do so, but like in essence, right, I want to be full transparent and 100% with you guys always and do what I say and say what I do. Like I want to run nodes. I want to support the networks. I want to, like, with all this FUD that we had going on with Juno, I would love to run a Juno node on Akash. Because I know I'm going to keep one, like I know for myself, again, it would be for everybody else, like to make their own decision up or their mind up. I know for myself, since I have interest and I bought it, like everybody else should have with Juno, I'm going to run that node always. I'm not going to let the network ever die. It's decentralized 100%. I'm going to run that node, right? So like, again, I have interest to run some of these things and I'm giving you guys a little bit alpha. If we can get it worked out, IBCGANG will be running nodes here shortly, hopefully on Akash if we can get it going. Obviously, probably not on Atom and all that stuff because it takes a lot of money to do that. But on some of these that we can get our feet into and that we do have big allocations for, obviously, with our own allocations first and foremost being used, we're going to be trying it out as best as we possibly can. It's a big endeavor though. It's a big endeavor. Anyway, I just kind of want to point that out to you guys. I did buy 2,500 of Akash just based on, I wasn't going against you guys, but just based on the opinions here, I still have a big portion of my capital waiting for raw. I am interested in CMDX. I told you guys that before. And as I showed you guys yesterday, actually, I got to be real with you guys as well. I bought more Rowan yesterday. I bought more Rowan yesterday night and this morning to reinforce my position.
Did you buy the dip?
I did buy the dip, even though you guys told me to wait a little bit. And I would have been better off waiting. I was just too antsy and I still, whatever. I'm still happy. I'm still happy. Let me show you a shift chain or Rowan real quick. If it loads. Has anybody else been getting kind of frustrated with how slow it seems to be going? Anyway, so previous resistance, right? That's where I just bought. Again, I'll buy previous resistance all day long, kind of previous support right here. And if we have another run up, guys, I've been sharing with you guys, the Rowan token's going through some changes. Don't sleep on it. Not financial advice, but that's what I look for. I look for development happening in the future for protocols that I'm bullish on already. And then I look for tokenomics, token structure, team engagement. And then I also look for, I look for annualized returns. That's how I base my positions, guys. That's how I take my swings at the pitches that are getting thrown to me. So to me, at this moment, not financial advice, but at this moment, I thought SafeChain looked like a steal of a deal. I'm getting 239% annualized returns for my staking. Again, I kind of have like 50,000 of Roman, which isn't much. It's like less than $5,000 or whatnot. But monthly earnings, it's like 900 something bucks. I can wait. And then if the token does fundamentally change, no, that's not the right one. If the tokens fundamentally change, price go up, I'm happy. If it dips down below, I'll reinforce my position right here. But the APR, APY, or reward rate that I'm getting is going to kind of hedge against any kind of downside, slide that I might get into. Again, guys, not financial advice. This might see a horrific downside, but we got to take our risk. We got to calculate our risk with what we have out there. And that's just kind of what I was seeing, guys. That's just my opinion. I'm loving it so far. Like McDonald's, I am loving it. Guys, let's go on into what else do we got? What else do we got right here? I think that was actually all I have at the moment.
You didn't drop the alpha for all listeners.
Oh, we didn't drop alpha. No, see, I still have time. A lot of alpha. I need to take a lot of this. So here's a little bit more alpha for you guys. We're going to be doing a giveaway. If you guys don't know, I owe you guys a giveaway. I screwed it up myself. It was my fault. I screwed it up. I thought I had everything in a row. I've been telling everybody that once we hit 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube, that I was going to give 2 lucky individuals a huge bag of crypto a piece. And I meant to do that by using a list of current subscribers on YouTube because I thought that was the fairest. And me being a novice at being a YouTube streamer, again, not professional. I'm just a dude trying to give everybody my honest opinion and protect everybody and share things so we could all be winners, hopefully. I dropped the ball. I was a noob. I didn't know. I left out a couple of key things in my planning that made it impossible for me to fairly give that allocation out to 2 lucky individuals without excluding a whole bunch of you guys. Basically, what happens is, if you guys don't know, when you guys set up a YouTube account, you automatically get set to private. You actually have to go and set yourself to public so that people can see your information. Like you sign up with I believe, gosh, it's been so long, a email, right? With an email. And if you don't want people to see that email, they automatically set you as private. So I was going to pull from that list and just put it like in an Excel or a Google sheet and then use a randomizer after assigning numbers to it and just like do a randomizer live on stream. And then I looked at it with Nick and I was like, damn, dude, only half of these people, like not even half, like barely almost half of the people were actually public. So like I felt like it was unfair for me to just exclude half of you guys, even though maybe some of you guys are bots. I don't know, but like it's still unfair. It doesn't matter. Like I have to be 100% with you guys, right? I was like, I got to figure out a better way to do this than just pull 500 because, while that's great for you 500, that's not fair to the other 500. So we've been kind of like scatterbrained about it, trying to think of how to make it fair for people. And, we're not, honestly, what are we, like 100 over? We're like 100, we're like 1,000 and 100 or something like that. It's like, yeah, I know, guys, it's not exactly, the odds are off just a little bit, but we're going to be doing a giveaway. And this is a little bit of alpha for you guys that come and watch our stream each and every day ahead of time. You guys, we're going to put out a tweet. You guys have to engage in that tweet in order to be in the running. So this is kind of a way to give you guys, I don't want to say an edge, but for everybody that's loyal, right? We couldn't have done this without you guys. We're going to kind of give you guys that little bit of alpha. We're going to be doing a tweet that's going to run throughout this weekend. And then we're going to pull one of the winners on Monday, guys. We're going to pull one of the winners on Monday. And yeah, so you guys have to engage in it. You gotta let your mama, your auntie, your sister, your brother, and everybody else know. Come share the love in the IBC YouTube channel, subscribe, do all that good stuff. But yeah, guys, that's what we're going to be doing. just turned public for me, little me. I'm sorry. I should have known that. I do apologize, guys. I meant like, I really wish, I thought it was like a cooler deal. Like we could just spin the wheel and like be like, oh, who's the winner? You know, live on stream. And that didn't work out. That didn't work out at all, man. That didn't work out. So for you guys, Nick, while we're doing some AMA, I know you're like doing a million things. Can you do it in the background and we'll put it out before we end the stream? So that way you guys can, you know, make sure that you guys don't miss it, because we don't stream on the weekends typically. And I know a lot of you guys might not be looking at your phones on the weekends. So for everybody that watches this, you know, this stream, you guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah. And the lower loyal viewers here that are here, you're going to get a little special treatment. Mm-hmm. If you're here every day, you're going to get something a little extra. That's from me. It doesn't have to be from Tank. But
I don't even know what he's talking about. I don't even know. What are you talking about? What are you doing?
Oh, they're going to get a little something special. If you're in the chat, you might win something.
Can I partake in something special too? Or like, is it like the employees of the company can't partake in it? No,
you know,
damn it.
We'll make the exception, bud. You can join in.
You know, I hate that. Honestly, my wife does we own a medical company. My wife's a doctor. We own a medical office. I think we give away some crazy ass things sometimes for her office, and I'm like, I wanna enter. I help out at the office all day long. Like I do so much. You know, I do front office stuff, manage employees and stuff. And I'm like, can I enter? She's like, no. And I'm like,
Who's buying me lunch, man?
Yeah, what the hell? I want lunch. Why the hell am I always buying people lunch? No, I'm just joking, guys. So yeah, I didn't even know Nick was doing that, to be honest, guys. So good for you guys. See, when you guys come back, you guys are showing the love every day. Anyway, that's what we want to do. That's what we're trying to do each and every day here, guys. We just share our honest opinions with you guys. We try to go over concerns or thoughts that you guys also have and want to share with people. I know a lot of YouTubers, you know, they pre-record their stuff. Some of them do live streams, but they don't. Some of them interact. I will give them that, but they don't really try to address each and everybody's honest concerns because, you know, for one reason or another, they may have their hands tied or, you know, somebody in their pocket, so they can't really give you honest opinions. We will never have that happen here. Everything that we do, we're spending our own hard-earned money and or allocations to give back to you guys because we appreciate you guys 100%. We think you guys are all smart individuals, winners, because not only you guys watching this stream, but you guys are in the cosmos space. You guys are cosmonauts. You guys are already smarter than the average bear, right? Boo-boo, you guys are smarter than the average crypto investor and or trader out there because you guys are in the right ecosystem. You guys are, you know, ahead of the curve. And so we kind of just want to always scratch your guys' back. And, you know, hopefully with time, organically, we can grow these streams to be something meaningful where people enjoy it and stuff like that. But I know right now we're just kind of all over the place. We're just some normal dudes cutting it up with you guys. With that being said, let's try to get that tweet out, Nick, while we're doing this. Do we have anything that you guys want to talk about? Because we're kind of ahead of things right now.
So if you can go into the Discord, I sent you all the questions and you can read through them.
Yes, I will do that now.
And then I'll make the tweet.
I will do that now. Okay, I got a real question for you from Oliver. I have a friend saying that DeFi and others are just Ponzi's. Oh gosh, I know. Trust me, I have those family members and friends too. I don't have an argument to counter this because in fact, this is true. Do you really think this is true? Do you really think that DeFi and just let me actually throw it out there to the community as well. I'm sure all of you guys also face those conversations but my wife, I show her so many zeros behind things that I've invested into or brought home to the table, and it doesn't matter. She's always like, okay, kind of thing, right? You know, she lets me do things and she believes me and stuff like that, but there's always that yeah kind of thing. And it doesn't matter. I could convert it into fiat money. She's like, really? But anyway, like I'm sure you guys all go through this same question, not only Oliver, but Oliver, let me ask you as well as everybody else. When you say you don't have an argument to counter this, because in fact, this is true, do you really think that DeFi is a Ponzi? I don't think it is. I think the real, and I'm not trying to be an echo chamber. I think the real Ponzi is the traditional financial legacy system. That's the real Ponzi. You know, like, and I've said it so many times before, when you can just print money out of thin air, we're obviously the global reserve currency is the dollar. We know, and we're not backed by anything. We're literally backed by IOUs and a bunch of promises that, you know how far promises go with politicians and governments, right? Not very far. And I'm speaking on both sides of the aisle and in between, everywhere on that floor. They really don't go very far at all. And we can just print whenever we want, just like any other government out there, most governments out there, as much as we absolutely need. And we can mess with the rates without ever confront or taking into account the people who actually it affects, like we just did with the Fed, right? Like, you know, they can at any time change the rates on us. They can anytime lower the rates on us. They can do whatever they want, whenever they want, with as much as they want, because it's all fake. It's all make pretend. It's all a house of cards. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but that's literally the world that we right now, unfortunately, live in with the traditional monetary system until we actually break away from it, which obviously the whole essence of crypto and Bitcoin is to do. I say this because, you know, not everything is that in crypto, but the essence and push for it is to break away from that, to bring that third party, that hamstring out of the equation, and bring it back to the people, you know. And it really, honestly, the biggest problem is the middleman. And I say middleman, there's middlemen, women, in like many different steps of that ladder on the climb up and or down that dilute the monetary system and traditional system, that make it hard for the real person out there grinding it out each and every day to actually make anything of their life or get ahead financially in their life. You know, and that's what we're trying to break away from with DeFi, with cryptocurrency, is the middleman. That, you know, and for people that say that it's a Ponzi, sure, there's absolutely just like anything. And I think that's the kicker argument, like that you need to have a real conversation that you need to have with people. Just like anything, there's always bad apples. There is. It doesn't matter how great your tree is, how much you water it, how much you what you feed it, how, you know, how much you take care of it. No matter what your intention is, there will always be, you know, a bad apple. I'm not trying to get religious with you guys. God created the Garden of Eden, right? There's a snake in the garden. There's always going to be a rotten thing, even in the most purest. Again, I'm not trying to be religious or anything like that. I'm just using examples. There's always going to be those bad apples, those rotten players that try to take advantage of people. Sure, there's Ponzi schemes out there in DeFi, 100%. I should say, I'm trying to pick my words. The duty for us, is to navigate through the BS, to know better, to do our research, to stop being told what to do, right? Like, again, that's the whole point, right? But banks, governments, they tell you what to do, what to think, how you should feel. It's our duty. And this isn't a bad thing. Yes, there's a lot more risk to it, but there's so much freedom and so much potential upside when you actually do take on that risk for yourself and own it 100% and own it 100% and do the homework about what you're looking at. Do the homework on the protocols. Do the homework again on the people who are presenting these protocols. You know, don't just listen to people like me on YouTube and stuff like that. Like I've always said on my channel, I present it to you guys. It's on you guys to figure it out. Like, you know, I will tell you my opinion, but it's always on you. It's always on me to kind of figure this out and navigate those waters. DeFi is not a Ponzi. It has been the most, I can speak personally, only personally, because that's the only reference I have. Personally, I've set myself so free from a lot of different hardships in the traditional market from just the small amount of time that DeFi has even been a thing, because it's not been a thing for very long. But I've made so much money on top of what I already do outside in the real world, right? Like I said, I have a medical company, you know, that we own. I own investment properties. I'm invested in the traditional market as well. I own, you know, stocks and shares into other companies, fitness companies and stuff like that. You know, and I will never stop doing that because I like to have multiple irons in the fire. But really, out of all my experiences through trying to gain financial wealth, DeFi has been the most freeing. Yeah, sometimes it could be, you know, frustrating, but nothing less frustrating, or definitely not more frustrating than the traditional markets and the handcuffs that we have there in the real world, in the real market. So to people who say that it's a Ponzi scheme, sure, it's a Ponzi scheme if you're fucking falling for it. But if you're in the right thing, like, okay, let's be honest with you. I've made a lot of money and again, it's all different strokes, different folks, right? But I've made a lot of money on protocols like Kava. I made a lot of money there. I made a lot of money in, if you want to call it osmosis, like it's not really DeFi, but I've made a lot of money with osmosis. Sift Chain, I'm still making a lot of money. Juno, I make a lot of money each and every day. And none of this would have been possible without DeFi. And yeah, it could all go to hell in a handbasket at any given moment, but can't the regular markets? Like we've seen it happen, right? And we have nothing, we have no say in what happens there. So which one is a real Ponzi? Which one is the real Ponzi? So yeah, I'm sorry, Oliver. I don't mean to, I'm not like, I would say that argument to use with other people that you're talking to. Like, I don't think it's a Ponzi at all. I think it's probably one of the best opportunities that we as regular individuals will ever have for years to come. The next question, Alvar also says, people get money from pools with newcomers, swap fees, etc. What can I answer again this? Oh, so you think it's a Ponzi because there's a market, because there's new money, old money, early investors. That's just the way a market moves. Like no matter, there's been a couple, I can't remember. There's a couple of protocols. I think we just literally talked about it where it's like, everybody's a winner or something like that, which I kind of get. Like, it's a nice idea, but there's always going to be early investors. There's always going to be people who are late, who are skeptical, didn't believe. Let's be honest. This is the same thing right here. Here, it clears it up right here. This is everything right here. I don't even have to explain anything more. This is the Bitcoin chart on the daily. I'm zoomed all the way out, right? We're looking at it on Coinbase. This doesn't go back as far as the Silk Road and all that stuff. But let's be honest. Early investors, everybody that called it a Ponzi, right? Everybody, blah, 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 blah. It's not real. It's all fake. It's blah, blah, blah. Now it has an actual market cap. It actually has a TVL that you cannot ignore. And there was early investors here. Do you think that all these people were unfair? Because they took the risk. They invested. They did the homework. They listened. They had the conviction. They stuck with it. None of that sounds like a Ponzi. Just because people are late and wanted to ignore and wanted to, and then it's fine. It's fine. Their opinion is valid. You can only have, different strokes, different folks. You do what you got to do, boo-boo, but you can't complain and say that it's fake just because you didn't believe like these people believed back here. That's what I would tell them. I would tell them that all day long. 12 plus years of it. It's not fake. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. If you go to traditional markets right here, and let's go, back here. And let's just say, I'm on the Dow Jones, but let's just say, you ever look at the Duracell battery or battery technology or even internet tech boom and all that stuff? There was so many people even back then that were like, nope, don't believe it. Guys, I'm going far back here. Look, I'm not, like when I gave you guys all this information here, this is the monthly for the Dow Jones. If you weren't a believer back here, you can't sit up when we're up here and say it's all fake just because you didn't believe down here. That's how markets move. Next one. I'm not keeping up with new stuff. I'm sorry.
I am. I'm just posting it one after another.
And by the way, I do want to show you guys this too, right? Like this is all the naysayers and stuff like that. I posted this on Twitter not too long ago. I want to share with you guys the start of what war really does in the markets. And this will have weight to crypto. This will have weight to crypto too. So as I'm saying all this stuff to be prepared for volatility and all this stuff, I do want to show you guys stuff throughout most major conflicts. Not all of them, most major conflicts. This is the Dow Jones. This is when we entered the war for World War I. This is at the peak in the middle of it all, in the midst of war, world conflict. You would have been up in the traditional market 86.11%. At the end of the conflict, if you just would have held to all the volatility, 38.2%. World War II, at the start to the finish, you would have been up 24.14%. The charts don't lie. At the Korean War, which my grandfather fought, I had relatives and all that stuff. You would have been up from the start when we entered the war, year to date, to when we exited that war, that conflict, 40.66%. We're going to go into the longest, most messed up one, the Vietnam War, or one of the longest ones. Guys, from when we entered to when we exited, yeah, At one point, you would have been up 53%. Sometimes, a little bit lower than that. At the end of it, though, throughout all of it, you would have still been up 5.22%. The charts don't lie. To everybody that thinks this stuff is a Ponzi, the charts don't lie, guys. The Gulf War, you would have been up 16.93%. You guys got to know how the markets actually move, what the markets actually do in these kind of times, guys. Yeah, there's volatility. Yeah, there's uncertainty and stuff like that, but they don't lie. They don't lie at all. It's not a Ponzi. Matt says, is there a simple explanation for how Akash project relates to its token? I'm a bit of a noob. No, there's not. To be honest with you, like without even reading all the rest of it, there's not really a simple explanation to it. All I can tell you is, you got to dive into the Akash website and the Akash papers and stuff like that. Like, I'm not that nerdy enough or well-spoken enough to be able to simplify it. There's just not. But it says, is there a simple way the Akash project relates to its token? I'm a bit of a noob, so understanding the docs isn't always easy. Yeah, it's not easy, man. Just take it in chunks and try to digest the information in chunks if it's hard to follow in their papers and their documents. And that's how I do it, to be honest with you. Sometimes I have to read things. I'm telling you, I had this conversation earlier. Just with all my other businesses and things that I have to do day to day and stuff like that, it's a lot to try to digest some of these really nerdy, over the top kind of things, especially in crypto. There's times where I have to, the same white paper, I'll read like 6 times, paragraph by paragraph, and only the paragraph at a time, because I'm like, what the does that actually mean and how does that apply? But yeah, honestly, like I could say all these things about Akash. I'm super bullish on Akash. Do yourself a favor though. Check them out. Decentralized cloud-based services. Again, I'll just say it really easily, guys. About 99% of the stuff, not accurately 99%. I don't know if that's the actual number, but most of the stuff that we see or use on our phones, on our web pages, on our day-to-day uses, all of this is stored on a cloud-based service from Amazon Web Bases, Google, like all these humongous Facebook and all this. I think even Facebook rents some from Amazon Web Services. Imagine if that goes down. They control everything. Just like the monetary system, right? Like you got to break away from those centralized things. And that's what Akash is trying to do, trying to provide a service where you can break away from centralization. But yeah. And then you go into, I don't want to, but then you go into like all these central, like banning of voices and stuff like that. It's because if they don't like you, they can just ban you and you can't do anything about it. It's a dangerous thing that we ignore on a day-to-day basis. And Akash is trying to fix that. Like, just think about it. You say one thing wrong, your banks can stop working with you. You can do nothing about it. The platforms that you interact with people across the world can shut you down, can do nothing about it. Like it's I don't know. You got to look it up though. Let me go into Stone Cold says, what the fuck is going on with EVMOS? What is going on with EVMOS? I
read that too.
Yeah. Like, I honestly, I've been searching and I have not found much, as far as, I mean, I've seen a lot of hearsay and stuff like that, but, like, I don't want to give out. Why is that not even a thing? Why is it not even a thing? I don't know. I can't even. Oh, there it is. It's because it's black. I didn't even see it, guys. I haven't. Let's take a look, guys. I haven't seen anything like recently come out. Something just recently here. We'll cover everything. Everyone's joined. It looks like they're doing stuff. Here you guys go. Go to Twitter. I'm telling you, the best place to find most of the stuff is the Twitter accounts. I haven't heard anything like in my feed. So I haven't, again, I got to pick and choose what's actually developing, what's actually happening. But I'm going to look into this now that I've seen this as well. It looks like something recently has been put out for people to kind of do their homework on with EVMOS. So I'll be jumping into that. But good question. Good question. The next thing that we're going to talk about, let's see here. Mr. Cascade. I don't know why that seems like a wrestling name to me. Like Mr. Perfect or whatever it was.
Yep.
Thoughts on star name. I've been purposely kind of withholding from that because I don't know enough about it, and my attention have been, like I just said, elsewhere with a lot of things. Let me bring it up right here. So star name, like, I should say this in all fairness too. I've been talking more about decentralized name service more than star name, just because, and it could be biased. In all transparency, it could be biased because I've interacted with DNS, and I like their platform. In all fairness, I will go ahead and follow this right now. I have not used their platform, and I think, well, like I said this in the other stream as well, I've been kind of holding back from diving into it because we're going to get a lot of copycat protocols that are all trying to just come in to the ecosystem with a different angle, right? Like they're all just trying to land their projects with a little bit of a slightly different angle, maybe on a different platform or whatnot. But like, for me, not every rebranding is going to be the best thing. Like just, I'll just say that I'll take a stand. I like decentralized name service. I'm not trying to fudge you star name. I will dive into your project, I promise you. But I've liked them and I've used them and I feel comfortable with them. So I just, if you like, for me, I've always been the kind of person where it's like, if I like this, I'm not gonna, I could maybe I'll like it, but nothing's wrong with it just yet. So that's admittingly like why I haven't really looked into star name and kind of been avoiding it. I should, but for all fairness, I will. Nick, make me look into star name, and we'll have a follow up for Monday stream. Definitely, because they could be doing some great things, but yeah. Go on. Sorry. I mean, I wish I could be a little bit, and give you kind of some bullshit answer, but I'm being honest. Sirius says, can you walk us through your process of doing your own research on a project? I know what to do, but maybe there's a step or two that I'm not thinking about. Yeah, I mean, when I do research, I'm trying to pick an example in my head. So when I find something something pops up on Twitter, you're going to find it all, guys. First and foremost, probably on Twitter, crypto Twitter, before anything else. Like, this, just be real about it. You'll probably find it on, my internet went out earlier. So you probably find it on crypto Twitter. And like, let's just, Marble DAO. Let's just pick Marble DAO. Like, I saw Marble DAO, and the first thing I'll do is I will literally take probably 10 to 20 minutes just reading as much interaction as I possibly can with their Twitter thing first. And, I'm not saying you guys do however you guys want to do. This is just how I attack new projects that I see. I will go through and just kind of just be crazy hard on what I'm seeing on their feed. So if, again, they have grammar errors, if they have like kind of toxic interactions with people, like if they're getting feedback from people or getting opinions with people and they're kind of like aggressively coming back or pushing back on people because of it, like that makes me feel uneasy. I don't like leadership in that kind of way. I don't like the people who could possibly be trying to promote or getting me to invest in their protocols to have that kind of mindset. So I'll look for attitude in their tweets. Those are the first two things that I look for is engagement and attitude, how they actually interact with their community. And then I'll also look for how much detail are they providing in their interactions. Are they being vague? Are they, and you gotta, everything has multiple angles. Are they being vague for a purpose, or are they just being vague because it doesn't look like they're going to amount to shit? Like, so there's those kind of things that I'll look for as well. Like we just talked about, like this is probably a better example. This was easy to pick apart. You're vague. You have errors all over. It looks like you're purposely trying to mislead people. And also when you get into the details of the airdrop, you get into another layer past the initial, first glance. You get into the tokenomics, which that is a strong number 2. Get a first glance. And yes, you can judge a book by its cover. Anybody that tells you that shit is fucking lying. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm swearing. I'm so sorry. But like anybody that tells you that stuff, you're lying. This is the real world. I don't care about your feelings. If you dress sloppy, I'm going to judge you by the way you're dressing. That's just how it goes. You judge me, bro? Yeah. If you're dressing sloppy, Like,
Always.
like for real, like seriously. If you want to be taken seriously, present yourself seriously, kind of thing. Like that's just the name of the game. Maybe not for everybody, but like that's just the way the world turns. So get that first judge of character out there on social media platforms, well, all of their social media platforms, not just crypto Twitter, but look at all of them. And then go into their tokenomics, see what their token actually looks like. Their tokenomics, I didn't like it at all. Like, you know, your marketing and your team has 10% versus like, you know, I'm not going to get into all that, like, because that's my own thought process of tokenomics and stuff like that. But if you agree or disagree about the tokenomics, that would be the second thing that you need to kind of like take into account. And then see how they're actually going to go about distributing it by looking at their airdrops or how they're going to fair drop or stake drop, or there's so many different drop names now, right? Like however they're going to go about distributing their allocations. See if you agree with that as well. But yeah, that's how I go about doing it, guys. It's really not rocket science. It's really just sticking. What is that old saying that your mom, like probably everybody's, if you feel a certain way in your gut, it's probably something that you need to listen to. Like your gut feeling is usually the correct feeling, or your first initial answer or response is usually your first response. If you don't feel comfortable, don't climb that rope. Like, hey, you're not going to catch them all. And your job is not to catch them all. Your job is to sift through all the bullshit and catch the good ones, or catch the majority of the good ones. That's all our job is. We're not going to catch them all. Don't stress about catching every airdrop. Matter of fact, I highly recommend you don't try to catch every airdrop, because that's how you're going to get wrecked. But yeah. What else we got? We got anything
Sent
else?
you another question.
He's making me read, guys. Let me see here. Can you give us a rundown on how to look into a project through GitHub? Easy. You go like same thing. Like I'm going to just go through here. Usually, again, crypto Twitter, like the easiest way to do it. If like you first, like I know nothing, again, admittingly, I don't know much about Starname. I'll go with Starname. I'll click like, don't click every link, but make sure you're navigating through those links. I'll see first and foremost, usually a lot of them will have it on crypto Twitter, like their GitHub right here for you to kind of dive into more. And that's another thing too, like fine, maybe they put it through, their pinned tweets, or maybe they put it in a tweet down here. Like you're going to have to find some of this stuff to find their GitHubs. Like they sometimes don't just present it, but you have to kind of like go through it and try to find it. Just sometimes not a really easy way to find it. But if it's not there, just click on their website, see if they have it on their website somewhere. Scroll all the way down. Dude, GitHub. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. That's the easiest place to find it. Easiest way to find it through crypto Twitter. I knew nothing about Starname and found it within seconds. It just takes a little bit of scrolling, guys. That's what we're here for. Hopefully that was beneficial. I do this like all day long. Sometimes it's kind of depressing how much I do it, but yeah, like crypto Twitter is a gold mine. A gold mine. And it's also a tar pit as well, to be honest with you. Anything you guys want to talk about as far as tokens in Osmosis? Whencraft? Are you talking about like that Minecraft game? I don't know. I was wondering that too. My son, I don't know. That could be dangerous. That could be like my son loves Minecraft. It could be dangerous to give him like an actual economy to work with. I'm like, here's $50. Don't F it up. Kind of dangerous there. Your gym shorts. I'm so judging you, Nick. Wearing flannel and torn up jeans. You guys know I love you. Look, I'm just being real though. Like what you guys don't know, I'm talking about like, I'm talking about people like you would, like maybe you would. I don't know. I do it. I should say that actually, you know what? Whatever. I actually do walk into the banks wearing sweats. So like, whatever.
Yeah, me too. All the time.
I'll say that, but I will retract. Like, yeah, maybe. But you guys get what I was trying to say, right? Like, yeah. Have you ever talked about carbon? Maybe I missed it from earlier. Are you talking about with regen and the carbon? Because actually, so if you guys don't know, we went, and then now that's very, very dorky, over the top stuff. So I'll be very honest with you guys. I gave you guys a whole bunch of stuff to look through yesterday, and unfortunately I don't have it up right now. But guys, osmosis, carbon neutrality through purchasing and retiring NCT. Guys, you guys got to understand, Regen Network is trying to bring a market that has huge demand. And I actually had this on my Twitter, where somebody, and again, teach their own. I'm not saying that they're necessarily wrong. You could feel a certain way about whatever you want to feel about. But they were saying that, carbon credits and carbon energy credits and all that stuff is just, it's all BS and stuff like that. And maybe I think personally, it's kind of like I said yesterday, some of the biggest, richest people in the world, they're not rich because of the product that they are selling you, Tesla. They don't make money off their cars. They make money off their carbon credits, off their, emission credits that they get subsidized from the government. They make money from this new narrative of the Green New Deal. And what I responded to, again, to go back and kind of stop going down a rabbit hole, to the response on my Twitter was that it was all, BS is, yeah, it might be BS, but it's a narrative that has the potential to make me a lot of money. And regardless of how you feel about that narrative, like I'm for one, not buying a Tesla or any electric car, because one, I have my opinions about like how, do you know how much it takes to make that electric car? Do you know how much harm it does to the environment? Like, the whole thing is green energy, right? And do you know that battery never goes away? Ever. And it only has a certain lifespan. And you know how much it takes to mine lithium batteries? You know how much blood is in or on the floor or have been spilt? Literally, not just like people dying to make these bad. And then what do you think electricity comes from? Coal. You think it just comes out of thin air? No, man. Like it's all, I will agree. It's like a, it's a scheme. It's a plot. It's a narrative, but there's money there. Right. And that's the narrative right now. So again, guys, what they're trying to do, I do agree though. Cause like if we want mass adoption, we got to cut these narratives and these FUD and these, things that are being promoted about crypto, whether it be proof of work, proof of stake, or whatever it is. It's got to be carbon negative. It's got to be negative, right? It's got to be friendly to the ecosystem. This is just another one of them, regardless of what you believe in or not. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Like, it's an opportunity and it's a narrative to take advantage of. I personally think it's a good thing. No matter how you cut the cake, I mean, investor hat on, right? Feelings out the door. No matter how you're looking at it, I personally think that this is a good thing, not just for Osmosis, but for all IBC related protocols that are out there eventually. Like imagine if we could all go carbon negative. I know what you're going to say. And what all the news outlets and the fudders are going to say about us. What is Elizabeth Warren going to say about things then? Like, come on now. But yeah, like go, I don't have it. But if you go to Regen Network, I don't have them here. Actually, it's real easy. Regen Network right here. Do I have them up or no? I don't. Like this is probably not only with the carbon credits and stuff like that, but like I honestly think with farmers and land and stuff like that, like I really do. I think what Regen is trying to do is so noble. Yeah, they don't have the best looking chart, but it's again one of those things where it's like it's got to catch up. Like really dive into Regen and what they're trying to do there. It's admittingly a lot. So you're going to have to kind of like, take your time with it and kind of digest it slowly, take small bites. But yeah, I think it's a narrative that, if we can get baskets of energy credits, to partake in, just like synthetic assets and stuff like that, I think that only helps us in the long run, guys. But yeah, check out Regen Network, guys. I'll go ahead and give you guys the link right here. I think strong yes on this one. If everyone drove electric cars, couldn't we develop more efficient and environmentally friendly power generation due to higher funding, demand, etc.? I mean, yeah. I mean, the what ifs. I love and I hate playing what if game scenarios, right? Because like that's like a slippery slope. Yeah. Like what if everybody did? What if we all held hands? What if we just, decided to all get along and not rip each other off? You got to remember, like I was saying earlier, though, there's always front runners. There's always the people, the centralization. I'll just say this. YouTube probably not going to like this, but as long as we have a form of government, there's going to be corruption. As long as we have senators, lawmakers who have lobbyists in their back pocket. Why do you think Elizabeth Warren hates crypto so much? She don't know anything about crypto. You just obvious when you listen to her. You don't know nothing. Why do you think? It's because she has interest. She has people who help her campaign, who help her position in where she's at for some. Why do you think those old dinosaur people have been in the position that they've been in forever? It's not because they understand what the world needs or what the people want or what they, are trying to do. It's because they're a figurehead. They're being played and they're playing us. It's just a dirty game. But then, yeah, I mean, we could technically, yes, I agree with you. If the demand was there, we could possibly come up with something better. But the same thing could be said with crypto, right? Like, isn't that what we're doing with crypto? Like, look, if everybody would just stop using the stupid legacy system that you're getting scammed on, let's just be honest with you. If you keep your dollar bills, keep any currency right now, keep it outside of a bank, you're losing it against inflation. Especially if you live in the States, right? Like let's just stick with the States. You're losing it against inflation. You're using power in your dollar against inflation. You put it into a bank. You try to hedge against that in a savings account. You get 0.004%, whatever. So you get a little bit of a buffer, but nowhere near what inflation is right now. So you're still losing power in what you have, and you're still burning a hole in your capital by putting it with them. Again, same thing. Like, again, going back to the Ponzi discussion with DeFi and stuff like that. Is it really a Ponzi, or what? Which one is really a Ponzi, right? Like, as long as we have people who don't have our best interests in mind, and let's be real, you think they all have your best interests in mind? That's why we're at where we're at. That's why when I look at the DXY, it looks like Snappadoodle pops. That's why it looks like that, downwards. And this isn't even going back. This is only 1985. Can you imagine what this looks like from way back there? Like, dying. And until we get back to a standard where we peg ourselves, like everybody talks about, like, oh, UST, like, it's what's it backed by and all this other stuff, or centralized stable coins and stuff like USDCs and stuff like that. Like, oh, it's backed by whatever, like USDT, like maybe we can have an argument there, but like, until we're actually backed by reserves, which one is the real Ponzi? Which one is the real scheme? Like, which one is the real setup for failure, right? Like, yeah, we're early. We're in, and we all really are. 10 years with Bitcoin, 12 years and more. It's still relatively early when you look at it all. It's still relatively early when you look at it all, guys. Anyway, going on. Sorry, kind of ranting. Sir, please don't laugh on this. Is 200 enough to get rich in long term? How long is your long term, Pradesh?
Yeah. Dude, it's totally possible.
Yeah.
100% possible.
I've flipped $500 to $10,000 multiple times on Osmosis. Since Osmosis has been out. Osmosis hasn't even been out for a year. And I've flipped that. I don't know what you call rich. I don't know what you call rich either. But like, to me, everything in life is just a double up. I look at everything as a double up. No further than that. Ever. Because when you start going too far in your projections, that's when you get a jaded idea of what you're trying to aim at. That's when things get really cloudy out there. My suggestion to you guys is a double up. Stick to a double up at all times. Doesn't matter if you double up $200 to $400. Take that $400, and then it's still the same game. You double up. Your goal is to double it up to $800. $800 into 16, so on and so forth. But it's always just a double up. Never try to hit it out the park. It's about base hitting and setting yourself up to when it does become, when you are down that line and the double up is still the same game, but now you're talking about doubling up $100,000 into $200,000. Those moves, those swings that you're making start bringing home the base hit runners every single time. It's not about hitting it out the park every single time, guys. It's about setting yourself up slowly but steadily to make sure that every single swing you take in the future matters. That's what it is. Yeah, you might get, like, every once in a while, you might get, like, a lob thrown to you that you just can't help. You're going to freaking kill it. But, like, seriously. Yes. So yes, it's totally possible, Pardesh. Totally possible. If you have a steady head and a long enough time horizon, totally possible. US dollar chart. What? Cup and handle? Where? If anything, to go to the bullish thing, like this would be a W pattern more than anything. But that's a multi-year W pattern. And you got to take fundamentals into account. Like if you're saying that this is the cup and handle pattern right here. Sure, I can see that. And I think that we'll just go to here and get rejected again. Like we've been doing for years. I mean, I don't see, and I could be biased, but I go by charts, I go by fundamentals, I go by things. You are going to back us by Bitcoin? Okay, I can see that. Let's play devil's advocate. Cup, handle. Oh, we finally accept Bitcoin. We're going to back our currency by Bitcoin. Boop. Okay. But we're still talking about Bitcoin. or back it by gold again. Back it by, which I don't think is like a really ever realistic thing. But back it by something. Boop. I can see that. All fairness. I know. All fairness though. Like I say those kind of things, but I do want to give you guys like, you know, some food for thought. I do play both sides of the argument all the time. Just because I have my thoughts doesn't mean I'm correct. I sometimes could be wrong and would love to be told when I'm wrong because I don't want to get stuck, you know, with a red bag. But no, that is a good, like if you look at it, cup handle, right? Maybe. OmniFlix Stargaze validator had some issues. I want to double check to see. I love OmniFlix and what they're trying to do. OmniFlix seems to always have some kind of issues. Staking makes that hard. Do you keep X amount out to flip for profit? USD backed by Rowan. Yeah, I'll take that all day long. Nick and I will take that all day long. Oh, man. Let me show you guys something about Rowan real quick. Again, not trying to get you guys to do stuff. This first most, like the fundamental changes, right? We're going overtime, but I think.
Can I just mention something to Chad?
Yeah.
So what I personally do is 50% is liquid, 50% is put away. So that's how I always do it, no matter what.
For me, it just depends. But yeah, I kind of stick to that. Well, for me, like I have an aggressive start and then long-term finishes. Like, right? Like people might say this, but like I'll try the best I possibly can to get into a position to where once my initial investment is recognizable and able to be realized, I will pull that and leave all emotions out of it after that. And then I have a moon bag to where the rest of it just rides for fun. Like, honestly, my Juno is free and clear. I care less, right? Like I care because I care about unrealized profits and stuff like that. But like I had a 5 to 10 year game plan in mind when I did my investing and I'm sticking with it. I had a thesis and I'm sticking with it. That's the game, right? Like unless fundamentally things totally offset that, which still throughout all of that, not to get too far off things, could have, especially with 16, I would have had to make adjustments and I'm still watching it very closely. But, you know, I have a game plan. I'm sticking with it. Let me show you guys. This isn't, you know, obviously yields are going to change and all that stuff. But like, say I have 50,000, which I do, and I reinvest it. This is just every year, every day, which I do it daily, multiple times a day. 50,000, which is about a little short than $5,000 right now, could turn into, even if this is just a landing pad, I get nowhere near it. Because obviously a lot of factors are going to change, right? But I get nowhere near it. And I go, even half of that price. You going to complain about waiting for 5 years? Even if price go down. Even if I get nowhere near that. And I'm just sticking to it. Like, it's people short sell themselves all the time. You got to invest in the things that have great fundamentals, great tokenomics, the possibility to change the world if it's technology like that, great inflation rates, and then give it time to do what it's trying to do. Give it time to do what it's trying to do. Like, again, I'm not trying to talk you guys into it or anything like that, but like, I'm not going to tell you guys how much I have. Let's just like spitball it right now. Right. This is Juno. Right. Investing it and I do this multiple times a day. I'm going to just copy this and paste it. This is just a roundabout where I might land. Nope. It's not going to let me put all of this in there. There. This just even if it's 1/3 of this, I don't care. Even if it's 1/3 of it, even if it's 1/4 of this, because, you know, we got to take into account the yield's not going to be that high, inflation rates, number probably go up, all this other stuff, rewards get harder and all this other stuff. I'm just giving you guys a guesstimate, you know, an estimate and whatnot. But let's just say, like, you know, I hold it for 10 years. This is, you know, even if I get just one of these digits, don't short sell yourself with things that actually have potential. No, thank you. Long-term mindset, act like it. But that's what we got today, guys. You got anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything else you guys want to talk about?
I mean, I sent you a couple questions.
Oh, did you? Okay. Let's not ignore that. Sammy B, what do you think about UMEE? Initially, I said it before, so I'm going to still stick with it. I don't like seed sales. I don't like front running. I don't like all that stuff. I don't like it at all, especially in the essence, because I'm a Cosmos bull. I didn't like it. Like, you know, you're trying to launch in the Cosmos and you went against everything that usually takes place in the Cosmos with your drop and allocation to people and stuff like that. Like, no. And then, of course, we saw when it did get released, the massive sell-off, because front running, when you get front ran, you get this happening to you guys. This is the daily chart right now for UMEE. When you get those early allocations and those, you know, you give those people those options, when it comes out to the regular you and me, you're the one that's going to pay the price and get dumped on. So I didn't agree with any of this. Now, do I agree with, well, this isn't a good one, but do I agree with buying the bottoms of things? Sure. Do I think UMEE is going to get, personally, do I think UMEE is going to get the traction it needs and the TVL locked up that it needs in comparison to some other options that are out there for me to possibly get into? I'm leaning towards probably not. Just because of this stuff right here. I was going to swear again, but just because of this stuff right here, it just doesn't sit well with me. And I think there's other protocols out there that are doing similar-ish kind of things that have better structure and didn't do this. That makes me feel weird. So I like UMEE, and yeah, you can incentivize pools. You can do whatever you guys want to kind of entice people to get into things. What is UMEE right now? 255%. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so if you guys see here, again, you guys got to go back to this. If you guys don't have this, I'm not saying you guys can't make money on this. Make money all day long. It's 200-something% APRs, guys. Get in. You can pair it up with UST UMEE. That's a good pool right now, guys. Especially if you're buying the bottom there and you're pairing it up with the bottom of UMEE right there. You know, or Atom UMEE. You know, if you can pair it up right there, that's anything over 200%. I don't turn away from, guys. That's money to be made right there. Not financial advice, but I'm telling you, there's an opinion right there. But I didn't like how they initially came out with stuff. So that was my thoughts about that. But there is money to be made there. There's money to be made there. Now, the staking ain't that great. But, you know. Let's see here, guys. What else we got? Stone Cold, thoughts on long-term superfluid staking viability and if it's going to harm Osmos. Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, it's always, all of these questions are, it always comes down to your position, right? Where'd you get in? What are you using? Are you reallocating other funds? Are you jumping pools? Are you buying to get into it just for the sake of getting into it? I've told you guys before, I don't think that superfluid staking is right now in its current form, like Dragon Ball, right? In its current form is all worth it to me. I can only stake one side. Not even all the full amount of it can be staked. Then again, I get locked up into a whole different validator. So my compounding power from traditional staking that I have with my OSMOSIS bag gets diluted and diminished. And then on top of that, I can't redelegate, you know, at a whim, and I can't partake into governance at the current moment. So not really. Like, not really, right? Like, to me, I didn't move anything out of my long-term staking bag for Osmo just for the sole purpose of getting into superfluid staking. That's just me. You know, and then again, development will happen. Mechanisms will take place, especially when we get both sides and we're able to actually interfluid stake and all that other stuff. That's going to be different. That's going to be totally different and stuff like that. The whole equation is going to be something that we have to resolve again. But right now, no, I didn't do it. Well, I did. Actually, I take it back. No, I did it. And then I have like a day more to unbond on pool one. But yeah, I mean, obviously, and it hurt the traditional staking rewards too. It's like, what was it down to now, Nick? Like 60 something?
Oh, 66.
66%. Like,
horrible.
It hurts. It hurts so bad. Y'all ruins my precious. Y'all 67. It went up a little bit. It went up a little bit.
Well.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. Yeah. Next thing we're going to talk about, Sentinel says in dumps, same theory as Akash, strong project, but any idea why it goes down so hard? They actually, I will have this up for Monday stream. I had it. I shared it. There was a document that I had. Hopefully I'll have to hunt for it. But they actually have, unfortunately, early investors as well who were dumping at a set rate. Just like, what was that Ripple dude where he was dumping, or was it XLM or whatever it was, where they were dumping, like they could only dump a certain amount every single time. But that
you mean XRP?
XRP. Was it XRP? Yeah, XRP. But that, off the top of my head, I think stops in 2023, like flatlines. So once that stops, that's gonna be game on. And I don't mind. I'll get into a couple certain percentages and stuff like that, and risk the volatility. Again, a year to me, long-term investor, that's not much. We're in 2022 right now. 2023, we're through the vast majority of the murder that's been taking place. So next thing, let's say someone is already an Osmo, Juno, Secret, Atom, Comdex, Stars. Rowan, you're in a lot. They have some dry powder left for the Moon coin. Should wait for Quicksilver or do Raw or another. Cat gave you that advice, J2000, because that would be me giving you financial advice. I can tell you that you're going to get airdrops for both, right? It's hard because it's not totally comparing apples to apples when you're talking about Raw and Osmo. It is, it's a governance reward token for a DEX, for an AMM. There's that. But one's an actual layer one and one is, a reward token. And then they still have the comparison to where it just depends on the total value lock and how much that DEX grows is going to be the value of that coin. And then also the X factor is we don't know the tokenomics or the inflation rate for the raw token just yet at all. So you have to take that. I'm a really big, like those things for me is really, really big when it comes to making a move on a certain token. Like functionality is one thing, but tokenomics are a whole nother thing. Like they have to align. And if they have great functionality, but poor token structure, poor, inflation rates or whatever it might be, like, then I might not pull the trigger on it. Quicksilver, you're going to get an endless drop. Go watch DeFi Times. Like I'll promote other channels here. I don't care. DeFi Times, it's a long interview, but like they talk about it with the guy. I want to have Quicksilver on here as well. Hopefully we can do like a shorter one. But like, it's kind of hard. Maybe take 50-50 of it and do both so you don't miss either one of them. Pardesh, every blockchain generation has a gap of 4 to 5 years. What will be the next? No, not every one of them, but yeah, I see what you're saying. What will be the next in any idea? I think you're in it right now. That's why I keep saying everybody that's in the Cosmos ecosystem. I mean, like, to just go back to your argument, like, excuse me. Like, okay, Atom, oops, drew on my screen. To 2019, 4 to 5 years. You're seeing it right now. You're in the ecosystem that I think is going to be the next one. Yep. I think everything's going to be IBC pretty soon. It'd be stupid not to be honest. It's just my opinion. Is there any way to set up, is there any way to set up a push notification so we know when our validators are having issues missing blocks? Unfortunately, I don't think so. Atom Scan and Mint Scan are my two favorite ways to watch. But if you're having issues, hopefully you haven't been like redelegating over and over and over, because you can actually redelegate to a different validator if you find that your validator is not to your liking. Again, I don't want to promote, validators in any kind of which way. I will say, don't do that one. Yeah, I'll say that. No, on number 9. I'll say something. No on any custodial. No on number 9. Look at all the other ones, and then you can clearly. Oops. Nope. It's Mint Scan. Mint scan. You can go to mint scan, go to validators right here, and you can straight up just click, and you can see their uptimes here. And there's other ways you can dive more into it and stuff like that. But like you can see, like Cosmos Station is like an OG. They've been around for forever. You know, I can't speak any bad thing about Cosmos Station. I don't want to speak about any validator because I just don't think that's my place or whatnot. It's on you guys to make your own decisions and stuff like that. But there's some really good validators. Like I personally, regardless of how guys take we're just talking about technicals, take the whole proposal 16 out of it. Like just look at like, are they up? What kind of insurances do they have? Like the SG1 has refund slashing to 100%. So like you got to look for things like that. I think we answered most of them. I'm sorry for the downtime, guys, with the crash on the stream. I'm so appreciative of all you guys coming back. I really do. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know Nick appreciates you guys a lot, guys. I want to say give Nick a hand. He does so much work in the background. I know I'm just sitting here talking. This is the easy part. Sometimes it's kind of hard, but it really is the easy part. Nick does so much in the background when it comes to managing the stream and all that other stuff. We 100,000% really do appreciate you guys. Again, we're trying to do this for our fellow cosmonauts, for the IBC gang, for everybody out there. Hopefully it's beneficial. We're just people who, yes, have done very well in the markets that are just expressing, what we've done, shared what we've done, our thoughts and our thought processes with these protocols or investment opportunities that come forth to us in the Cosmos ecosystem with the hopes of it hopefully benefiting you guys. Again, this is just food for thought. This is stuff for you guys to digest. This is not financial advice. We just want to have a place where people in the IBC, world or in the Cosmos world can come and know that they're not getting fudded, know that they're not getting, a biased take on things because either they're allocated funds from a project or they're working with a project or whatever. We try to keep things 1000% with you guys. That's our commitment to you guys. So we do appreciate you guys helping us grow the stream. Do us a favor, like this stream, share. I know it's already over, but share with people. Tell people they need to come and watch it because I know we ramble a lot, but I think there's a lot of honesty here, which hopefully is beneficial to a lot of people. Of course, there's a lot of opinions being shared here, but one thing I can guarantee you guys is it's honesty here, whether it's agreed upon or not. So yeah, guys, I just want to say from the bottom of our heart, thank you guys very much. Also, do yourself a favor. If you guys want to get involved, you guys want to actually communicate with us throughout the weekends or when we're not streaming, join our Discord. It's really, really easy. We have a bunch of like-minded individuals, positive individuals. By the way, I will say this. If you're negative Nancy, if you're just a toxic person, I will weed you out eventually. We try to keep it 100 there as well. We just want to, again, create an environment where people can actually bounce off theses, ideas, thought processes, and or share information that is hopefully beneficial for everybody in the space. That's why we do what we do. And then again, also, Nick, I don't know if you have this up. If you guys would like to support us, the only way we actually do make money, and even that actually has a hook to come back to you guys, is check out our merch store, guys. IBC.co, RBCGANG.co is where we sell merch. We have drops coming here shortly. I've been working on it. I've been kind of frustrated because some of our artists, it's just hard when you work with third parties. But we're working on a drop for a Juno merch on top of things here shortly. But every bit of merch that we sell, 50% of that goes back to the community by getting put into a basket allocation of cryptos that it has that will have a transparent address for you guys to follow at all times. And then on top of that, we will show you guys, again, because we're all about transparency, how much each month we are actually making in t-shirt or merch sales so that you guys feel comfortable knowing that you guys are supporting, a stream or an LLC that is truly about the people, guys, because we want this to be different from every other space. Really want it to be all about you guys because, again, I say this all the time, none of this shit matters without you guys. You guys make the world go round. You guys need to be taken care of, and we want that to happen. So check it out if you guys would. No pressure. You don't have to. We're still going to be doing our thing no matter what happens. Nick, anything else?
Enjoy the weekend.
Enjoy the weekend, guys. Oh, watch out for volatility. Watch out for volatility. And if I make any moves or if Nick makes any moves.
We should really make a channel in Discord.
Yeah, but then I feel like I'm giving out financial advice. We'll talk about it in Discord, guys. Anyway, you guys be good. Be safe. Don't get wrecked. Protect yourself at all times. At all times, you filthy animals. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you guys. 100% thank you guys. Be blessed. Peace. Get out of here. Go beat it.